guys, I have something a little bit different for you today. I have decided to try and film the process of me knitting my latest project. So I haven't cast it on yet. You're gonna get to experience it from start to finish. I really love watching vlogs of people completing a project from start to finish, and I just thought, you know what, I'm gonna give it a go. If I don't like it, I don't have to post it, but it'll be fun. And it'll be also a really cool experience for me to kind of look back on and see the process. So I am going to be knitting the Vacation Vest by Parker Knit. I think her full name is Park Williams. I'm going to be knitting it in the Herriot Alpaca, 100% alpaca, because you know I love alpaca. So it's the Herriot Pure Extra Fine Baby Alpaca by Juniper Farm. And I'm going to be knitting it in this gorgeous red color 1083. There's 200 meters per 100 grams. So the Vacation Vest does say worsted weight. This is probably like a heavy DK, light worsted. It's kind of on the fringe, but when I went to Skein Machine, when I went to Yarn Traders to buy and bought this there, I didn't go there to buy it, but I bought this while I was there. When I went to Yarn Traders and bought this, I only bought 2 hanks because I had a different project in mind. And so I only have 400 meters. And so finding something that I could knit, like a vest or top of some kind that I could knit in 100% alpaca, so it did have to be somewhat wintry, with just 400 meters, was really kind of tough. But then I found the Vacation Vest, and not only did I love the way it looked, but I'm going to be knitting the size small, which takes 320 meters or 350 yards. I should probably do the medium, but that takes exactly 400 yards, which will be slightly less in meterage. She doesn't list the meterage, just the yards. So I thought that was cutting it really fine, especially because I would like to do some icord ties rather than like sewing or clipping it in the front like she has on the pattern. I've seen a few photos of people who've done that on Ravelry, and it looks really cool, and that was kind of more what I was looking for when I was looking for a vest pattern. So I'm going to knit the size small, which has a 96.5 centimeter bust. That's roughly 1 centimeter positive ease for me. So it'll be a little tight, but I'm hoping it'll be okay. We'll see. If I don't like it, I'll unravel it and see what I've got, see what I'm working with. Yeah, so this is part 1, and keep on with the journey, keep watching on for the journey, and I'll keep checking in. Guys, I've just realized that the pattern is on my phone because my laptop is occupied right now. I might have to print it. That's really annoying. Because I don't know whether I'm starting with the 5 millimeters or 4.5 millimeters, which I've also just realized I don't have 4.5 millimeter needles in the Lantern Moon, which I'll be using for the body. So do I just go with my classic Symphony, which I think they're in use. And then the only other ones I have are my Chiagu, which are metal. And that will be like totally different tension. All right, I have some problem solving to do. I may take a quick trip up to Skein Machine to get the 4.5 millimeter needles. It's a good excuse. I'll keep you posted. Okay guys, I'm back. I printed the pattern. I've also had a quick look at the pattern, and I start with 5 millimeter needles, not 4.5, so I have time. I don't need to race up now, which is nice because I'm having a nice chill day at home. I finished my last exam for the semester yesterday. I had to defer it. I had some sad things happen in my family. So I finally finished that yesterday, and so I'm taking a day to just hang out. I've read all morning and now I'm going to cast on a new project. Okay, oh, and the other thing I meant to say, and I forgot to say before, this pattern actually calls for cotton, but I'm making it in wool. So I'm hoping that kind of like helps with the fact that it's a heavy, like a heavy DK light worsted. So yeah, mind you, the pattern does call for light worsted, but it calls for cotton. I'm doing it in alpaca because I would like to wear it in like autumn, on the not so cold winter days, things like that. All right, I'm going to cast on now. Probably not going to block this swatch. The pattern does tell me that I should, but I figure, look, if this grows, and we do know alpaca grows, if this grows, I am not going to be terribly sad considering I have knit a small. Then I probably really should have knit a medium. But we'll see. Okay, so my camera angles did not show me measuring the gauge, and I unraveled it because I'm clever like that. But I got 17.5 stitches a few times in a row, so that was pretty, like I got 17 a couple of times while it was still on this, on the cable, and then I took it off the cable and I laid it flat, and I was able to sort of get it a lot more flat, how it might sit more naturally. And I got 17.5 stitches a few times, so I'm gonna call it good, like at the end of the day. So I don't know that I'm great at swatching. I never know whether I'm doing it right. Like I just feel like, I don't know, it never works out the way that it's supposed to in the end. I don't know if it's the way the weight sits or what it is, but I'll keep practicing, I'll keep doing it. So I will do a swatch if I feel like the yarn might not be as close to what the designer used. I'll also look on Ravelry on the projects to see what other yarns people have used. But yeah, I'm still kind of getting my head around swatching and if I'm doing it right. But hey, I'm trying. And I would still say I'm quite a beginner knitter. I've been knitting for pretty much exactly a year now. I'm still just learning. All right, I'm going to relocate to the lounge room and I am going to cast on. way too much or not enough. If anyone has tricks on how to get the right amount of tail on a long tail cast on, please tell me. Okay guys, here's my problem. I've got all my stitches that I need for my size. This is the tail. Is that enough of a tail, or do I need to take it off and redo it? Like, I'm gonna be able to weave that in, right? That should be fine. I'm in a bad mood now because this is like the 10th attempt at this. I had that tiny little tail. It was like this big. And I added 5 centimeters to from where this knot was. And I ended up with a tail that was like 80 centimeters long. Probably longer because 3 more attempts after that, me adding like this much each time. And I ended up with something like an 86 centimeter tail. It's becoming a lot less fun. A lot more frustrating. Don't mind the music in the background. I may take a break and come back to it when I'm not so grumpy. Alright, after I'm not even joking, like 15 attempts and a rage quit, I got it. Really quick update. I'm about to go for a walk, but this is how much I've done so far.
What's up, Milo? Yeah, you can see the foam. Oh, he is scared of the foam, isn't he? What's that? The tail. It's just foam, Milo. It's just the foam, actually. Yeah, he's gonna bolt, isn't he? Yeah, well, this is the only way forward. So you're gonna have to cross this raging river and potentially get swept downstream. Do you want me to go first?
Alrighty, I've been for my walk. I've had a shower. Please excuse my hair, I haven't brushed it. I just took it out of my little head towel. So yeah, I went for a little walk. It was really nice. Stretched my legs. Very moody and rainy, and Milo loved it. But yeah, I'm back and I just thought I'd show you what I have so far. Sorry about the lighting, it's not ideal. And hopefully the sound's okay, because I didn't put my mic on. But that's what I have so far. This yarn is amazing. It is so soft and the colour is just so beautiful. And I'm just loving the feel of it as it knits and just working with it in general. Yeah, I'm just going to keep going and see how far we get tonight. I might work on my other project a little bit as well. I'm making the Simple Things jumper by Kika at the same time, and so I might get a few rounds on the body in that one as well. Good morning. It is the next morning. I got a good amount done yesterday on the vacation vest. Let me show you. I've got my Fluff and Nonsense yarn chicken bag. I love it. I bought it on my first Fibre Feast last year that I went to. Yeah, so I made some good progress on it's got this cool ribbing detail down here that looks really awesome. So this is the back, across the back. When it hits a certain number of centimeters, I leave it on scrap yarn, or like I use these because you can like hook the needle into it and then you can just pull it like this, and then you can just pull it through. Just makes it so much easier. Yeah, so you put it on one of these on a cable and leave it just to sit and wait when you pick up stitches for the shoulders. Then you knit the front sides separately. So you do one side and then the other side, doing the increases, and then when you get to a certain length there, you join for the underarm, and then you just keep going back and forth for the body. So it's really quite simple. I mean, obviously there's the different challenges to make it look like the designing detail, but in terms of like the construction, really quite straightforward. It's gonna be amazing not having to do sleeves. I had that thought last night when I went to bed. My only thing is I had a terrible night's sleep because my nose was so blocked and my throat was so dry and scratchy and I was coughing. And I had the same issue when I made my rosé cardigan, and it's the alpaca yarn. I didn't have the issue when I worked with the 50-50 blend with my coffee run sweater. Like some kind of maybe really mild, but not like where I actually feel like that. And then I woke up this morning feeling pretty average. But that's okay, it's worth it. And I don't have any issues when I wear it. So I'll just have to put up with it. And I'll break it up with my Simple Things. You get a little peek. This is my Simple Things by Kika. So I've already done the back and then the fronts. So again, same thing where you pick up stitches. Now I've joined them round, and now I'm gonna go round and round. But anyway, back to this one. So Dave and I are heading off to the beach in the middle of winter. We're not going to the beach, we're going to a friend's beach house for the day. We've got a few friends that we're meeting there, and it's going to be really lovely, and I'll take my knitting with me, try and film a couple of shots, and see how much I can get done today on my busy social day. I do a little bit when I'm passenger princess, but not a lot. I don't tend to knit a lot when I'm in the car. Don't know why, but I'll do a few rows maybe. It's only an hour drive. guys, haven't done an update since Thursday. I'm annoyed because my microphones aren't working, so I hope this audio is okay. My husband and I have just spent the last hour trying to get them to work. Anyway, I still wanted to do this update because it's been nearly a whole week since I updated, but in that week I've only probably spent 2 evenings actually knitting. So I had a lovely day on Saturday with my friends and I got more knitting done than I thought. I managed to pick up the sleeves for front left shoulder, or front right shoulder actually, it's left when you're looking at it. And that worked out so quickly. I was messaging Kendall because I was a little bit worried that the back was a certain number of centimeters and the front following the patterns, because it wasn't centimeters, it was you have to go row by row. I was like, it's not a lot, but it's longer than the back. But then I realized I have a chest. And you probably need more, and it's not, the join's not sitting right there, it's probably sitting back a little further, so you do need that little bit more. So I think it's actually okay. I was worried that my tension was just different. It wasn't as great. And I can kind of see in some spots it's not that great, but nothing blocking won't fix. Magic blocking. So this is what I've got so far. So you can see, like, that's where the join is. And it's like, it's significantly longer. I mean, it's all rolled up, but trusting the process, and I'm hoping. I am nearly done all of my shaping, and I will be putting these stitches on hold and picking up the other side today, hopefully. And then I'll knit that, do some underarms, and then it'll be smooth sailing. So all up, I've probably knit, I spent most of the first day I cast on, which was a week ago today, Friday. So I spent most of that Friday and got most of the back done. And then Saturday, I finished the last centimetre. I think it was 3 or 4 rows. And then Saturday picked up the stitches for the front. I reckon I knit to probably about here, hang on. Probably about here on Saturday. And then I didn't do anything on Sunday or Monday. And then Tuesday night and Wednesday night, I kind of just did a little bit and finished there. Didn't do anything last night, and then I'm hoping to get a little bit done today. It's been a busy week. So yeah, I'll keep going and I'll try and update you again. I'll try not to leave it a week. Guys, Dave fixed my microphone and I don't think it's been working for this entire anything that I've filmed. Thanks, Dave.
You're welcome.
Guys, a quick update. Sorry, I'm holding my phone. Seriously, the Allergies with this yarn. I love the yarn. Love it so much, and it'll be worth it when it's done. But I think the reason that I haven't knit very often with it is because I wake up feeling like death the next day. And today I'm just sneezing heaps. And my nose feels blocked, but I'm not sick. It is literally that yarn. So I think that's probably why I've been taking so long, having so many gaps in between my knitting sessions. So maybe I just need to, for some reason I've put the simple things on hold while I've been doing this, which isn't great. I want to keep working on that. So maybe when I'm feeling a bit sneezy, I'll pick up my simple things jumper and keep working on that one. Anyway, just wanted to update you on where I'm at with my hay fever allergy. Kendall did suggest that I take hay fever tablets. I think I have some in my medicine cabinet. I don't know if they're in date because I don't get hay fever. I'm one of the lucky ones and I'm forever thankful for it. But I do have hay fever tablets for some reason. So I might go check if they're in date and if I can take them. I'll let you know how it goes. All right, I'm back and I'm very tired. It's my bedtime. I'm about to go to bed, but I wanted to give you one last update before I do go to bed. I managed to get a good chunk done today. I finished the front left. When you're looking at it, it's the front left. When you're wearing it, it would be on the right. So I finished the front left. I don't think I had much. I had a couple of rows to do. And then I picked up stitches for the right. Managed to get the entire right side done, and I have joined in the round, not in the round, but I've joined the fronts to the back. And this is what I have. I feel like I did such a better job picking up stitches for the right than I did on the left, just because like when you pick up the stitches, they're like twisted, and so when you knit them, I usually like turn them around. I don't know if that was blurry. If it was, I'm sorry. I usually turn them around so that I'm knitting them the right way, but when I did the right side, I actually just decided to like knit and purl through. Actually, I think it was entirely purling through the back loop, except for the ribbing edges, which wasn't fun, but it wasn't terrible. It's just awkward purling in that way, but it looked so much better. So I'm like, oh, maybe I need to do that from now on, or maybe it was just the way I picked them up. I'm not sure. I said in one of my other updates that I was worried that the front was looking so much longer than the back, but I have read the pattern where it says, I have a terrible habit, I don't read the whole pattern through. I like skim it and sort of see what the design is, what the style is, how it's going to go, but I don't like read it in detail. And so it actually said it's normal for your front panels to be longer than your back panels. This extra length accounts for getting it up and over the shoulders, which is what I said. But yeah, so that's good. That makes me feel better. But yeah, so now I'm just going to be going back and forth for the body, and it's only like half the length of a normal body because it's quite a cropped little vest. So yeah, just straight back and forth now. Really happy with the progress I got today. Managed to pause and have a little gym session. Went kind of hard at the Pilates, hence why I'm very tired right now. And this is how much I have left of my first ball. So I've still got like 100 grams and whatever this is. I think I'm going to be able to make this easily with what I have, which is great. I was worried about playing yarn chicken. Anyway, I'm really tired. I think I'm rambling now, but it's looking really good. And I've just got a little bit left to go. Then I have to figure out how to do the icords. I can do icords as like edging and borders and things, but I've never done an icord just on its own, a loose icord. So I'll have to do, I think I only want to do 2, but I may do 3, we'll see. Yeah. Hey guys, I have not done a little update, and I don't think I've even filmed much of my knitting process in the last few days. Sorry about that. But I have finished the body, and I added on an extra 3 centimeters, I think it is, from what the pattern calls for. I didn't want my vest quite as cropped as the pattern says, and I've still got plenty of yarn left over, so I thought, why not? So I added about an extra 3 centimeters, and then I did the suggested amount of ribbing. So I have done the body, and I've done all of the ribbing, and all I have left to do now is to bind off, weave in my ends, and then make the icord ties. I am thinking I'm going to be able to get it done today, I hope. I woke up with a little bit of a cold this morning, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to take the day and I'm just going to knit and make myself feel better. So yeah, I will try and film the process of me binding off, obviously not all of it, but binding off, doing the icords, maybe weaving in the ends, but just doing the finishings for you guys so that you can see. And then I'll block it and come back in a few days and show you the finished product. It's so close. It's been just over 2 weeks since I cast this on, and there's been a lot of days where I have just sat and not knit at all, or not knit on this and knit on a different project. So I think if I was a monogamous knitter and I was just knitting on this, I think I could easily get it done in a week and a half. It was such an easy, just lovely pattern to knit. I actually really enjoyed knitting this, but I'm going to give more detailed thoughts and opinions when I'm finished it completely. So yeah. Hey guys, so I have finally finished the vacation vest, and it's actually been a couple of weeks since I finished it. I've worn it several times, just testing out how I feel about it, and I just haven't, I've been so busy, and weekends, the weather hasn't been great, or there's just been something on, and so I haven't been able to film. But I'm visiting my dad up in the Riverland this weekend, and I thought this is like the perfect place to film. So my dad's house is a little bit of an art gallery, so I thought nice backdrop of the arts. You might hear some noises. I am outside, it is quite windy, there's someone playing soccer against a tin fence. There are cars, but hopefully it works. So the vacation vest, it is done. I am really happy with the pattern. Was incredible. It was so easy to follow. It was so beginner friendly. I do highly recommend the pattern. The fit is fantastic, as in I was really worried it was going to be too small, and it actually turned out really like loose and nice. If you can't see it here where I'm sitting, I'll try and put in a video of me highlighting it. But the fit is actually really good. I knit it longer than the pattern recommended, and I still think even that could be a little bit longer. The icords, I'm so happy with how they turned out. And just, yeah, it's such a beautiful pattern. This yarn is phenomenal. Love the yarn, so happy with the colour. I think the style, I was experimenting and I was sort of going outside of what I would normally wear, and I don't know that the style is necessarily my style. So I don't know, I have worn it a few times, and yeah, I don't hate it. I guess I just don't feel 100% comfortable. I don't think it's very flattering on my figure, especially from like the front view because it's so wide. It is really warm, and I am really happy with the size that it came out. I'm thinking maybe I might gift it to someone who I think would really wear it and it would really suit. But I have given it a red hot crack. I've worn it 3 or 4 times, and I'm really happy with the finished product. Really loved the process and would rate and recommend the pattern if you're looking for a vest. I do not know how you could possibly wear it as a summer top though, with like the gapey open and really low down here. I don't know, maybe if it was cotton, because I met the gauge pretty well. I think I was like half a stitch off, so the half a stitch shouldn't, and I was making a size down, so I was expecting it to be a little bit tighter. I am so happy it turned out this loose, but I don't know how when the gauge was only half a stitch off. I wonder if it's the alpaca probably stretched out a lot more in blocking than cotton would, maybe. But maybe if you knit it with cotton it would stay a bit more form-fitting. But yeah, I could not wear this as a summer top, so I'm really glad that I knit it in the alpaca. But yeah, this is it. I have had so much fun filming this project vlog. I've actually got a few plans in the works for a couple of others. Kendall's got a project vlog coming out soon as well. She is still in the works of knitting that project, and so still in the works of filming, but watch this space. But yeah, if you guys liked this, let us know and we can definitely have a go at making some more. As always, love to hear what you have been knitting while you've been watching, and thank you so much for joining us, and I'll see you next time. Bye.